of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shamma-lamma ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop. Ay caramba. My name is Ryan Pfeiffer and I am Mr. Boop.
My name's Lisa Doop, and I am Mr. Boop.
Lisa,
Yes, Ryan Pfeiffer.
it's Saturday, April 31st, 2020, and today we're reading the 75th ever Mr. Boop strip. What happens in today's Mr. Boop?
And today is Mr. Boop. Alec thinks about how much he loves his wife. My wife.
Shadow synopsis. What can I say? I missed the shitty grins. What could that mean?
What could it mean?
We'll find out.
What?
It's two sentences, all lowercase.
Wait, does that mean? I think this has big implications for us.
That because they officially have a name now.
Well, we'll discuss it later.
Okay.
How what?
The panel one.
In panel 1, Alex is out here looking like Edwin Monk.
No, no, he's not.
Looking just like Edwin.
His mouth is closed. He's grimacing.
Yeah, this is what Edwin.
not-
Yeah, I didn't say the scream.
I love that show. Do you think he has a flush bridge?
Well, yeah, but it's not out of, it's part of the style to have a flash.
I feel like Alec looks like if he took his glasses off, he'd have two dot eyes.
Alec, the kind of motherfucker.
So Flapper Shot, he looks like he's back in the void, except he's got clothes on, so we know he's not. Although I don't know, maybe he could just go out if he left his apartment. He would just go be back in the void, Because he just went through a door and then he was in his apartment, so he could just go back through the door. He'd be back in the void with Getty.
Sure, perhaps.
Anyway, he's in the almost like a sort of fetal position. His knees are up, hands on his head, crying, grimacing, sad face, and he's got a big speech bubble that's bigger than him actually in this panel, and it says, "I miss being married to Betty Boop so much I can't stop crying." 3 electro points.
That's me.
You were never married to Betty Boop. No, and neither was he. What a sound. Panel
I'm full of
two.
them.
Huh?
I'm full of sounds.
What else you got?
Ah.
I don't know. That felt like just you. That sounded like your usual sort of sound, honestly.
Woo! A skiver. Whoop.
Yeah, this is all pretty normal for you.
Whoa. That was different.
All right, that was a little bit more
Yeah?
different.
Yeah,
That's more different, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure. Panel 2, close up of Alec.
It's
Still
past
in the
midnight,
same-
everyone. By the way.
And I thought it was late for me because it's 7 a.m. For all we know, he's in the same exact position because we see his hands on his head still, or one of his hands on his head. And he's got the same face, but we see we see bags under his eyes now because it's closer up, and he's looking upward, sorta. And his grimace is more. It's like shown to be open as he's talking, and his speech bubble says,
If this
really is the world, then I don't want to live in it."
you've misread it. You missed out a word.
Oh, if this really is the real world, then I don't want to live in it.
Yeah. You know what's
If
crazy?
this really is MTV's The Real World, then I want to cancel my cable.
When I was a
package.
kid, there was a TV channel that would show all the Deke programming. Like, even though I grew up in the 2000s, and those shows.
The Real World.
What?
Go on.
So they showed all the Deke programming, and they showed the Super
Oh,
Mario.
Deke.
Yeah, Deke.
Oh.
Deke programming, and they showed the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, and I watched that a lot because it's Mario.
Oh, the Mario Brothers.
And well, no, they showed Mario Brothers 3 and Mario World, but they never showed the Super Show.
What?
I don't know why. I guess people would.
What is it? What are those? What?
Oh, they're basically Mario Bros. 3.
Mario
and,
Brothers 3, the animated series?
Yeah, Mario Bros. 3 and and Mario World, the animated series. They're basically just season 2 and 3 of the Super Show, but retitled, and they've gotten rid of the live action segments and changed the
What?
setting, basically. In Mario 3, they're like, "Oh, we're in the Mushroom Kingdom, hey!" But in Mario World, it's like,
Mario!
"Oh."
We're in the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario!
And Mario 4, Mario World, they're like, "Oh, we're in Dinosaur Land! Whoa!"
We're in Dinosaur Land, Mario!
Oh, and Mark Mothersbaugh got that Mario World. which is
Mario!
the,
It's Jurassic World, Mario!
It's
There's Chris Pratt, watch out, Mario!
this is an ancient.
He's gonna consume you!
Have you seen that ancient Tumblr post that noted that the Mario Brothers games and the Jurassic Park movies followed similar naming structures? Jurassic Park 1 to 3, and then Jurassic World. And the punchline I
And
think
then-
was, "Can't wait for Jurassic Galaxy or Jurassic Kart." Yeah,
Oh, was this back when there was only the first Jurassic World?
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, my point is, it was really interesting because the characters could go.
I'm gonna kick Chris Pratt's ass, Luigi.
Because in the game, in the thing, the characters could take warp pipes to and from the real world, quote unquote. And the Koopa kids were all like, "Oh, we're gonna take over the real world," and they'd go into, warp pipes and be like, "Oh, it's Brooklyn," and they hit.
Why didn't
someone
they
over
all
the
just
head.
take a warp pipe to the real world?
I don't know. They're not stuck there. They're just.
It reminds
Oh.
me of the 10th Kingdom, actually. There's in the first few parts of the 10th Kingdom, which was an NBC miniseries about this fantasy world and that some people from New York get teleported to. And in the first few parts of it, there's this group of like 3 troll siblings that go into go into New York,
Yeah.
and they that's pretty much how they're acting, is how you describe the Koopa kids or whatever.
Hey, it's me, I'm a Koopa kid. What?
Yeah, that's exactly how the trolls in that sound.
We'll take over the Koopa. Yeah. Anyway, those shows were.
We will take
over Alright.
this land of the Kingdom of New York.
They really was New York. When they got over it was just like a animated New
Yeah.
York, and they're like, "Oh, it's
Well,
Brooklyn."
did they say New York or did they say the real world?
They say the real world, but when they go in, they say like, "Oh, we're also in Brooklyn," which is in the real world, I guess. Like, "Oh, it's in Brooklyn."
Where can we find the King of Brooklyn? That's how they sounded. This magical box plays music.
Anyway, my point is that if this really is the real world, I was thinking about Mario 3. I think it was Mario 3 or Mario.
I thought you
World.
were talking about MTV.
Right.
Alec only has one of his eyebrows colored in this panel.
Huh.
And actually, no, it's colored in the first
Yeah.
panel. I'll give it that to him. I don't know why it's not colored. Do
Ryan.
you think when he does this, it's on purpose?
What to add
I
flavor?
feel like it's so clear that it feels like it has to be intentional.
Add a little bit of. I think the thing is, that like sometimes he's like, oh, I forgot to color that one in. Whatever.
But why? How would he forget
It
though?
adds to
Because
the
like,
effect.
look how it's colored in panel 1. It's like, it's clear that it's not like the eyebrows are colored in separately. They're colored in the same as the hair. Like they're attached. They're touching the hair. So when he's coloring in the hair, he just also colors in the eyebrows. So it feels like it would have to be intentional for him to skip one of the eyebrows,
I don't know.
because otherwise it would just be one block.
Maybe he started with where the left eyebrow is and went over and was like, "Ah, done," and then went on to the next panel and didn't realize. These things happen, you know.
Nah, I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
All right.
If not for one of his tears, the tears in this almost look like. If not for one of them going off the face, it almost look like freckles.
Yeah.
They look a lot like freckles in this panel.
Ryan.
Panel 3 is similar to panel 1. He's in like the fetal position, but he's more lying down instead of sitting on his butt. So he's like
Ryan. I'm afraid to announce that it's Dirty Rap segment part 2.
Oh my god.
This is the
Is
one.
this episode not long enough?
This is where you have to guess. I know, but I have to do it. This is where you have to guess.
You don't have to do it. We usually do segments once a week.
Usually. No, not
Why?
usually.
Why is this one twice a week?
We did it twice a week last week.
But why?
Anyway, so because it's two different things. Okay,
It is.
it is. This is Dirty Rap Part 2, where you have to guess what swear word is in this Dirty Rap lyric. Because I'm gonna say the line, but I'm gonna remove the swear word, and it's a swear word you're allowed to say. Sell crack to your Auntie Denise. If Auntie Denise is short
Whoa,
40
whoa,
cent.
dude! Start over. I can't hear what you're saying. I can't understand what you're saying.
Sell crack to your Auntie Denise. If Auntie Denise is short 40 cent, make her go out on the ground and suck your small plank.
Lisa, as you know, every Saturday, every Tuesday, I interrupt the guess the swear word version of the Dirty Rap or Dirty Crap segment to play today's Sweardle, which is like Wordle but with swears.
Ah, that's fun.
So my first guess
So
for
do they have
today's Sweardle,
swears?
you get 4 guesses, and there's 4 characters for each Sweardle. My first guess is gonna be the word fuck. Okay, so CK is there. So I think it has to be dick then.
Cuck.
Which I think, yes, that's correct. And I think that's also the answer to the Dirty Rapper Dirty Crap quiz today. Throwing it back to you.
Dick? Is that your answer?
Yes.
Yes, you got it
Yes.
right.
Yes, I got it right on both counts, baby.
Ryan, you have -2 Dirty Rap points.
Fuck. Wait, give me an extra point for getting today's Squirtle right.
What?
Yeah.
I guess. Now you have -1.
All right. Cool.
The podcast ends when you get into the positives.
Good, we're close then. The segment ends, you mean?
No.
No, the whole podcast.
We ride or die on our
We ride into the sunset.
on
So Alec is still grimacing and crying and whatever.
screaming.
Yeah. And he's laying down to the side, and his fists are clenched. His hands aren't on his head anymore; they're just out. His hands are out and clenched. And his speech bubble says, "Peter Griffin and Bugs Bunny are good roommates, but they think I'm crazy." 3 electro points. Panel 4, another close-up of Alec. He's doing the wife face as he's crying.
Mhm.
He's crying, but he's got the wife face now looking
I think
at
this
the
strip
audience.
would be more interesting.
Shut up. His speech bubble says, "The only thing crazy," in quotes, "about my life is how crazy," in quotes, "hot my wife looks in a bikini."
It's true.
3 electro points.
It's true. It's true.
The only thing crazy about my life is how crazy hot my wife looks in a bikini.
What are you talking about, Ryan?
I didn't say it. He said it.
Anyway, I think that this comic would be more interesting if we saw a previous life or something where he was married to Betty Boop. But we really just see like this guy who's like keeps claiming he's married to Betty Boop, even though he's just roommates with Peter Griffin and Bugs Bunny, which is crazy enough, but he keeps on insisting that he's married to Betty Boop. And like if they just shown us that, maybe like, you know, is unbelievable. Because this guy, Betty Boop.
That's what you think, but I, like Alec, have a memory of the previous life
Oh my
and
god.
the previous strips. There were indeed previous strips
Alec, you've gone crazy.
where Alec was married to Betty Boop.
Alec, you've gone crazy. I mean, Ryan, you've gone crazy. Ryan, you've gone
Please
crazy.
never call me that again. So, are they called shitty grins now, or no? We're still gonna call him wife face,
Okay.
cause fuck you.
And fuck Alec Robbins.
Wife face is much better.
Imagine if he said
I'm
white
gonna
face.
comment. I'm gonna waste our comment this week, not on a question, but just saying. We call it the my wife face.
Over here, we call them wife faces.
Wait, what is that?
Oh, obscure Simpsons bit, obviously.
Yeah, which I felt like it was
It's
Simpsons.
from
Which thing?
the episode where with Ringo Starr. And he's responding to Marge's letter that she wrote 20 years ago. And he says,
Ringo is actually in the
yeah,
episode?
Ringo voices himself. He says, "Dear
Mhm.
Marge, thank you for the letter. My real name is Richard Starkey. And yes, we have French fries in England, but we call them chips." This is very funny to have like.
Did they so they had Ringo and they had Paul. Did they ever have John and George on The Simpsons?
John was dead 9 years before the Simpsons broadcast. But yeah,
Oh, what
George
about-
was in
what
the
about
Beach Yachts
George?
episode.
Really?
He's the guy who says, "It's been done."
Is that all? Is that his only
Well, no,
line?
he's also at the Grammys when Homer's talking about he's at the Grammys and it's his best time experience of his whole life. And George Harrison says, "Hi, Homer, I'm George Harrison." And then Homer's like, "Oh my god, they've got free brownies." And he eats the brownies. And George says, "Oh, what a nice fella."
he says, George Harrison, the Beatles, and Homer says, Homer Simpson, smiling politely. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, John's appeared in flashbacks, I guess.
Mm.
You know.
The deep faked his voice.
Yeah. "Hi, it's me, John Lennon." Or something. Look, he's like, "Oh, imagine Homer Simpson." I don't know.
Imagine Homer Simpson. It's easy if you try.
He's only yellow and he's got no hair.
No king of the hill below us. Above us, Family Guy.
Imagine there's no Simpsons. Yeah. It's easy if you try. Imagine all the sitcoms.
Imagine all Bob's Burgers.
Living life. Archer.
Archer's not an animation domination cartoon.
I don't know. That block doesn't exist here.
The white face is back, so that's funny.
Are we done? I forgot.
I'll comment over here. We call it the my wife face.
Here
and,
we call
and
it
in
my
honor of
face.
you, I will not add a period because you never write fucking periods.
Never need to.
It's debatable. You've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. Coming up next, Being Mrs. Popeye. Not true. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for our full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter, self-promotion/catchphrase sign off. Thank you.
Well, married to the world famous Betty Boop. Gee whiz, what a lucky guy. So in love, I might make you puke. She's the apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Shama-lama ding-dong, loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
What a great boop that was. Can't remember what happened.
Put this after the closing theme. Little bonus for those who stuck in past the closing theme. I'm gonna read this Patreon post from Alec Robbins here. Mr. Boop Zine printing update. 3 electro points. Pre-orders are limited now. In parentheses. I posted this on Twitter too, but I wanted to reach everyone here as well, just in case. You know what? Don't listen.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.